Hello from my studio space. This is Kat Swan with Blank Canvas and Coffee. Circles, triangles, rectangles, and squares. Why are these shapes important? You need to start somewhere, and these are the basic shapes used when learning how to draw. Spheres, cones, rectangle and square-shaped blocks and columns are used by art instructors to provide three-dimensional elements in a still life during a beginning art course. Basic shapes are the foundational pieces to drawing. Lines, shapes and values, shading and lighting, these are the steps to creating a great piece of art or illustration. The more you draw and sketch, the sooner you will hone your drawing and painting skills. It just takes time, and sketching, and drawing, every day. Before line work and values, and even before color, is placement. I am using the placement of objects in my still life to provide an example of elevations for study purposes. This is a good time in the creative process to see if additional objects might work well in the composition, or maybe you need to take items out and change up the composition. When the objects in a drawing or painting are set and placed with a purpose, you will find that taking the time to give attention to proper placement with your still life will make your drawing or painting that much easier. So work those thumbnail sketches. Map out the placement of each element to be included in your still life. Pay close attention to your light source and the shadows that the light source creates. Planning ahead is always helpful, allowing you to see the end product and how you will get there. Remember your basics from perspective. Imagine where the vanishing points will be. Do you see the objects in 1, 2, or 3-point perspective? And when using photo reference, you just draw or paint the elements from the photo that you need in the painting. And remember, you are the original Photoshop. From the beginning of the creative process, you can easily leave out anything you don't want included in your finished piece. Drawing and painting tips when drawing simple objects. Examples I'm using are common objects that seem simple enough to draw but can present slight challenges when attempting to capture their simple nature. When is a baseball a baseball? When those red laces curve just right around the ball and the depth of the seams on the baseball, providing that classic and specific baseball shape, are depicted. Line work can be used to translate these details of a baseball, but when drawing with shading and values and painting the details, take advantage of adding the shadows and form of the object first. Study the deep seams that a baseball has. Notice the contours of the ball at the seams. There is a signature shape to any ball, but the baseball is unique because of the red laces and the depth of its seams. Adding the laces last allows an artist to pick and choose where highlights should go, and then add a little more character to each lace. And don't forget the holes of the laces, and picking and choosing which are darker and which appear lighter and are lost in the highlights. Working on an art piece that includes a sports theme, maybe view some sports-themed movies. For example, a baseball-themed movie can help when watching an action scene and understanding how it looks when a pitcher is at the mound and pitches a fastball or a curveball, and then you hear that sharp sound of the ball flying into the catcher's mitt. It's not just a ball. It's a symbol of a great pastime for most. The same attention should be paid when highlighting any focal point in a piece of artwork. How you feel about a subject will be reflected in your finished piece. If it's for advertising purposes, your client wants that image to capture their audience's attention. The triangle is usually represented in a still life with a cone shape to allow the artist to see how the form turns in different lighting situations. I am using an upside-down ice cream cone as an example of the cone shape. The pattern on the ice cream cone can present a challenge for some. How I translate the pattern and the effects of light on the pattern in a painting are broken down into a few steps. At first, I treat the shape as a basic shape, studying the shading and values, laying in the values of the smooth shape. Then seeing how the light source reveals the rows of squares or rectangles and how they fall into shadow, and where there may be more highlights to areas that are in direct light. Play with the different colors and light and dark shapes until you are happy with your finished piece. Keep practicing, and you will be skillfully applying these drawing basics to your drawings and paintings, and in time, will also start seeing the elements of a composition in design and perspective. Thank you so much for watching my blank canvas and coffee video, and I hope to see you next time when we view another blank canvas together and maybe have some time to enjoy some coffee. If you enjoyed today's art session, please don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom of this video, and please click on the bell to receive a notification for my next art session. See you next time.